Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. We have already looked at the 5 most disappointing Formula 2 drivers of 2023. Now let's go to the other end of the street and look at the 5 most surprising. Not necessarily the best, but the drivers who did a lot better in 2023 than I thought they would. I will start off by saying this list was also much harder to compile than the most disappointing list, because no one really overly surprised in 2023. So make sure you check out the 5 most disappointing drivers, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right into it. Richard Verschoor. Yeah, I said this list was difficult. I guess Richard Verschoor, the Dutchman, did take another Formula 2 victory, scored regular points and got a couple of podiums late on. His 9th place finish is his best in the 3 seasons he has spent in Formula 2. He took Van Amersfoort's first Formula 2 win, and is the only driver to get on the podium for the Dutch team. It was overall a good season from Verschoor, but probably not enough to warrant a 4th season unless Van Amersfoort want to keep him. He is a pretty safe point scorer, but to me he has a future in endurance racing. He'd be a decent pick for any hypercar team entering the World Endurance Championship. Jack Crawford. The American from North Kakalaki surprised me by not being completely helpless in this series. I thought he had all the ability of wet cabbage, but it turns out he's dry cabbage levels at least. He wasn't that bad actually, took a win and a few podiums, made a few errors here and there, but otherwise it was a lot better than I thought it would be. He moves across to Dams for 2024 and will definitely be in the top 10, maybe pushing for top 5, but I just can't see him winning a Formula 2 title. But I have been wrong before. A lot. Zane Maloney. The Barbadian was a star of 2022, finishing runner-up in Formula 3 with some championship-winning performances late in the year. It wasn't a perfect year, some good podium performances surrounding long barren spells free of points, but 10th overall at your first attempt isn't too bad, and he remains with Carlin for 2024. Red Bull Jr. and Andretti Formula E Reserve will be looking to take his first win and maybe a possible title push. I think he has the talent, and I saw enough of him this year where if he could improve his consistency and score more points all year round, he'll be a big point scorer for Carlin. Kushman. The Indian is on this list because I had so few hopes for him. In my preview video before the season began, I said he was not going to do anything of note in 2023. He put in some top performances whilst Ralph Boschung took a win for Campos. He struggled throughout the rest of the season whilst Maney was left picking up points and regularly fighting in the top 10 places. He defended hard at times and occasionally paid the price, but there were some really surprisingly good drives. He's already exceeded everything older brother Arjun did at this level, and moves from Campos to Virtuosi for 2024, whilst also getting signed into the Alpine F1 Academy and as a reserve driver for the Mahindra Formula E team. 2024 will be a busy and hopefully productive year for Kushman. Ayumu Iwasa. The final driver we are looking at is Aumu Iwasa. It might surprise you not to see Theo Pouchaire or Frederick Vesti on this list, but I had very high hopes for them before the season began. I rated Iwasa highly as well, but I did not see the Japanese driver as a real title contender, which he was for most of the year. Aumu Iwasa doesn't have the most impressive CV. He won the French F4 Championship back in 2020, but since then he has finished 12th in Formula 3 with High Tech and 8th in F3 Asia, both in 2021. But since moving to Dams in Formula 2, he has thrived, winning 2 races and finishing 5th in 2022, and now 3 more race wins and 4th overall, as well as being in title contention as previously mentioned. Sadly, we won't see Ayumu Iwasa back in Formula 2 in 2024. He is moving to Super Formula to take Liam Lawson's seat, and why not? Liam Lawson got a Formula 1 drive off the back of it. So they are my 5 most surprising Formula 2 drivers of 2023. A very difficult list, and I'll be the first to admit that Verschoor and Crawford merely exceeded my expectations rather than actually surprised me. Let me know your thoughts down below, any you disagree on, anyone else you'd put on this list instead. I'd like to hear what you think. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll be surprised again in 2024. Thank you for watching and have a good one.